the #1 Costa Rica real estate and investment podcast, bringing you experts from all over Costa Rica.
Good morning, guys, and welcome to episode 259 of Costa Rica Real Estate and Investments. As you can see, I'm on the road here, still in Manuel Antonio, finishing another one of the fractional investment villas that we have. We have guests arriving tomorrow, so very, very exciting. Just running around like a headless chicken and not wanting to kill every single construction worker on the site, but it is what it is. But anyway, today we're going to be talking with Mariola Fumero. She's from Lifting Hands. It's an organization in Costa Rica that helps young people improve their quality of life through education, psychology, health, and community development. So we're going to talk to her about her journey, exploring a little bit more about Lifting Hands. And also, remember, guys, it really is important to give back here in Costa Rica. Some of the areas that you'll be moving into sometimes can be a little bit undeveloped. So this is a way that you can give back basically here in Costa Rica to Lifting Hands. And again, if you are interested, all of the contact details will be in the description down below. Remember, guys, if you're looking to invest here in Costa Rica, we do actually have some fractional investments available here in Costa Rica at the moment, in Manuel Antonio and also Arenal. The benefit is you get ownership rights, you get dividends, you can also apply for residency via them as well, and you get to use it 5 nights a year as well. So if you'd like to know more information about that, feel free to email us, info@investing@costarica.com. That's info@investingcostarica.com. But let's get straight into the podcast. Good morning, Mariola. How are you doing?
Good morning. I'm good. How are you?
Very, very good. Thank you. I'm here in Manuel Antonio at the moment, so it's not raining. The weather's pretty good.
I'm glad. Yeah.
That's it. Mariola, well, let's jump straight into it. There's been a lot of, I would say, volatility in Western markets, over the past, I would say over the past year, probably even post-pandemic, it's been pretty crazy. But how has all this affected Lifting Hands and also, what you guys are doing and what you're seeing here in Costa Rica?
Yeah, well, actually, we've been working nonstop since more than 15 years ago. And when the pandemic came, when it hit Costa Rica, it was a disaster, actually, because we had been working for 10 years with no teen pregnancies and with no kids getting involved into the narco economy, right?
Yep.
And during the first 2 months of the pandemic, we had 6 new pregnancies under 15-year-olds, and 5 kids were involved in the narco economy, and yeah, it was a disaster. Our work is face to face. We build community centers in the communities where we work at, and the kids come every afternoon, right? So all our work had to go online in just a couple of weeks. We built a super big campaign to start to help these families because they mainly work as maids in houses, right?
Yep.
And construction, and everything everything stopped, so they didn't have an income. They didn't have what to eat or what to give their kids, right? So we started to give them food we gave them food for 9 months, all 2020, and we moved our programs from face to face to online, and we started to see the impact, the negative impact of the pandemic, of all the kids being at their homes with nothing to do, right? But in 2021 we came back with face masks and everything, and we had to rebuild a program. The program we had before 2020 was not working, was not working anymore. So we rebuilt, and we're still rebuilding, but it's working, so that's good. We could expand our work to another community in Cartago, and right now we're thinking on expanding again.
Good for you. Good for you. Where are you guys thinking about expanding to? You mentioned that you had a place in Cartago. Where else have you guys got places, and where would you like to be?
Yeah, so actually we did some research. We usually, when we expand, we build a matrix with all the variables we need for our lifting hands to work. And we in our last research and our last matrix, right, we discovered that Guanacaste is in very bad shape right now. There's a lot of narco economy, there's a lot of teen pregnancies. It's how we call it in here, it's the dark side of tourism and of all that yeah, all the new touristic places we have in Guanacaste and in the coast. So yeah, we're trying to expand to places like Nosara, Santa Teresa, which is not Guanacaste, but it's the Pacific,
Yep.
right? Um, Close to Tamarindo and close to Peninsula of Papagayo, which are like the four main touristic places that we have right now in Guanacaste, where all these like narco economy problem
Well,
and
you've
pregnancies.
mentioned the word narco now like 3 or 4 times. I mean, do you think Costa Rica is still a good place? Is it a safe place to live and invest? And
Yeah, yeah. I wouldn't live here if it wasn't safe. It's a safe place to live, but we need to do something because it's been super safe for the last many years, right? Like
yeah,
it's always been safe, but if there's people who are coming to live here and people who want drugs, then the narco economy
yeah,
grows.
true.
So it's like the dark side of tourism also, because many people who go to other countries for vacations, sometimes they want drugs or
Yeah, that's
alcohol,
true.
right?
That's
Yeah,
very true.
yeah,
So, I mean, you mentioned, I mean, I think there's been a lot of, you've mentioned areas like Santa Teresa and Masada, which there's been a lot of noise around gentrification in these areas.
yeah.
Do you think it's real? But also, what's your advice to expats coming down here that are looking to live down here for a while, looking to invest, maybe even looking to move, to just really integrate into these communities and not, create more gentrification?
Yeah, well, I think it's not something I can believe or not. It's something that it's going on, it's happening. I think it's a problem of the government because they didn't build laws to prevent that it happens. And it also happens with us. Like, of course, people from San Jose would love to go to Guanacaste and buy land and live at the beach, right? Like, it's so beautiful.
Yep.
Um, yeah, it's everyone's dream, right? But the problem is when you want to go there and you want to take advantage of like poor people who own land and you want to look for opportunities, right? Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna buy $100,000 land from a local person who is poor, and $100,000 is like all they could dream of for forever, and
Yep.
maybe for you is $1, right? Like like the comparison is,
But
it's too
Mariola,
much. Yeah.
you don't think that also this tourism brings a lot of opportunities? Because I know a lot of Costa Rican entrepreneurs, engineers, architects, interior designers, gardening people, pool people that have started their business. Like the opportunity is there, if that makes sense.
Yeah, there's a lot of opportunity. I think that tourism is good. We love tourism. Like, actually, I don't know if you've read, but this has been the worst year in tourism in Costa Rica for the last, I don't know how many years, like 6 years, I think that I read. And no, three, I think. And it's bad for our economy. Like, we love tourism. It's one of our main industries, right? The problem is when, like, it's like the dark side of tourism, and that's why we need this kind of programs like Lifting Hands to help address these negative parts and rebuild them so that they are positive, right?
Yeah.
So, for example, one of the things that we do is, as I told you, we go to the community, we build a community center, and then tourists can also come and volunteer there. So, like,
Interesting.
yeah, it's super powerful. So someone can come and be an English teacher for 4 months for 1 hour per week, right? And then they can see the impact of what they're doing, and they can give back on the community where they came, they bought land, or they're renting and they're living, and they can get involved with the community. They can get to know the parents of the kids, and they can get to know the kids also and the adolescents, and it can help to change this dark side of tourism into a positive side of tourism. um, and yeah, of course, what you're saying, it's super positive to have tourism and to have like foreigners coming to live here. I think that when you come with a mentality of I want to give back,
Yep.
I want to help. I don't want to come to impose my culture, right? But I
Yep.
want to come and like understand what's going on and how I can help. It's different, right?
Yeah, I agree. And well, look, I mean, imposing your culture here never works. I mean, there've been many people from Europe and North America that have tried to come down. Look, I'm in the moment, I'm in deep construction, with Nicaraguans and Costa Ricans. Like, there is no way I'm giving them my culture. Like, it's their culture or it's the highway. I just need to find a way to kind of surf the wave or swim the, basically the tide there. But yeah, I mean, I think that's one piece of advice I always give people. It's like, look, you're not going to change anything here, really. Like, you have to kind of accept it how it is, and over years, just slowly sand it down and improve it.
Yeah, yeah, and there's always way in which you can help, like to change things. For example, um, just teaching someone how to speak English, you can change someone's life by doing that. Like if someone
Yeah,
lives in Guanacaste and they live like with tourism next to them, like they have to learn how to speak English. So
yeah,
if you can help someone to learn a new language that is going to change their life, then you're doing something positive. You're not imposing your culture, but you're helping someone to learn something from you and from your country or your region, whatever, right? and and you can transform a life by doing that.
yeah. I mean, I agree. Look, I mean, we've done quite a bit of stuff here in our company. We're a company. We've actually started, I think, Tacos for Ticos years back. But we actually had our clients in the travel company bring down, football cleats, football boots, and all the football stuff, and we ran the football academy and taught the kids to do it. And now the kids run the football academy. Yeah, it's been very interesting watching it kind of,
Yeah.
transpire over 15 years. But I mean, going back to lifting hands, I mean, how would you guys describe some of the stuff that you guys do? I mean, you mentioned some English classes. I mean, what other stuff do you guys do?
Yeah. So it's a poverty reduction program in which we work with all the mental health stuff, right? That is super needed after the pandemic. And we also have all like the technical part of the program that is like learning how to cook so that you can work in that in the future or understand that that's what you want to do in the future. It all the artistic part, sports, also for health, right? And music also. Then we have all the vocational part of the program in which we work with over 15-year-olds to teach them how to build a CV or a resume, right? How to go to an interview, where to look for a new job, um, how you should behave at a new job, right? And something that I think that it's so beautiful about the program is that we don't tell them like, so you need to be an engineer or you need to be a doctor, right? Like the main careers. No, you can do whatever you want. Just do it with passion and be the best one at doing it, and you'll be good in life with it. Like just
I
find
agree.
your, there's like a like a word,
Superpower. It's find your
yeah,
superpower.
yeah, look for your element, like
So
what you're passionate about and what you're good at.
be the best at
And
that you can be. That's it.
yeah,
Focus all
that
your
that
energy on. Well, I mean, look, I
that
mean, we get a wide range of stuff at school and everything. I have a company, and my job here is I just hire good people sometimes, and then after a while, I find their superpower, and then are able to move them into the company into a position that uses their superpower. And then continue to invest in training and everything for them, because again, it makes them happier, and basically everyone's happier. So
yeah,
it could just be difficult sometimes for finding that in young people, of course. Especially there's a lot of distraction as well.
yeah, of course. But I love that concept of superpowers. Actually, our 4 to 7 year old classroom is named superpowers classroom.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, I love
Yeah.
it.
Even they've got superpowers.
Yeah, and something that I would like to add is that we work with volunteers. So it's a super low cost program because everyone who works at the NGO, but me, who I'm the executive director, so I'm looking for funds and like with all the oversight of the programs. But everyone else, they just coordinate volunteers. So there's someone who is like in charge of the community center, who is talking to the volunteers, um, giving them like all the tools they need to be able to implement our programs. There's someone who is in charge of coordinating psychologists or counselors. So everyone is like coordinating, right? So we save around $300,000 per year just by volunteers. All the
Wow.
hours that we don't pay.
That's a lot of money that can go
It's a
back to
lot of
kids.
Yeah, it's a lot of money. So it's a super powerful program, low cost, and right now with this expansion to Guanacaste, we're looking for people who want to invest in the program. As I told you, we have everything to expand. We only need the initial investment to be able to do it. And yeah,
How
so
much
that's
how much are you looking for? Just so
yeah,
that the listeners can see. How much are
yeah.
you looking for? How do people donate? Like, how do they get involved?
Yeah, I'll say everything. So to start the program with like a very low profile, we need $150,000 to do the full program for the first 5 years. That is what we usually want to have to be able to start. We need 1 million. But also, for example, if someone comes and tells us like, well, I have land and we can look for someone to pay for the construction, for example, which would be, depending on what we want to build, it's the price, right? But that this diminishes the cost of the program like a lot. So it depends on what we can get from the community, and what we can get for like in cash. To give, someone would just need to text us, email us, go into our social media, which is Lifting Hands. You'll see like the logo LH, and we'll put the information right in the text of the podcast. And yeah, and we can talk. We can have a video call, and if the person doesn't live in Costa Rica, then I can do like a tour, a live tour in one of our locations, so that you can see like in real time and see the kids and everything of what we do and how we do it, and see that it's real. Something that I love about Lifting Hands is that I always tell people like, you can come anytime. Like everything we're saying is true. We don't have anything to hide, right? Which is something that usually a foreigner would be like a little accepting, right? About something. But we're like open doors. Everyone can come anytime. And we also have a partner in the US who is our like sponsor from the US, who can like they receive donations. They have the tax exemption, the 501c, in the US, and then they sponsor our program. So we have that benefit in the US too.
Sounds awesome, Mario. And I think it's one of these things that definitely helps in gentrification, and just as you said, gives the lifting hands to the country and people, local communities. I've had a lot of involvement over the years with young people in Costa Rica. I mean, I think that's where it's to start. If you work there, I mean, it takes generations sometimes, but sometimes you just got to break the cycle. I think that's kind of to an extent sometimes what you're trying to do, because if people don't know what else is out there, or don't get access to that stuff, then you can just stay in the same cycle forever, unfortunately.
Exactly.
So yeah, but. Well, Mariola, this has been an absolute pleasure having you on here. My last question for you, which I love to ask everyone: if you had $500,000 to invest into a business or real estate in Costa Rica, where would you invest it and why?
Of course, in Guanacaste. Of course, yeah. After the pandemic, Guanacaste has been like gold in Costa Rica, and I would invest it in real estate, probably in Guanacaste. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, probably real estate with like basically the Lifting Hands office next door, so that you can work between San Jose and something like that.
Of course. Of course. Yeah.
Awesome.
It's
Well,
for
Mario,
creating money, of course, in Guanacaste real estate. If it's for creating change, Lifting Hands, of course.
or do both together. They can both
Exactly.
together, right? So,
Exactly.
well, Mariola, it's been an absolute pleasure. Anyone that wants to get in contact with Mariola and the team over at Lifting Hands, I'll put all the contact details in the description down below. We very much appreciate you joining us on the podcast today.
Thank you so much for the space and your time.
No worries, Mariola. Have a great day.
You too.
Good podcast there with Mariola, guys. I hope you really enjoyed that. And I think it really is important that if you are going to invest here and spend some time here in Costa Rica, that you do also give back to the community. And Lifting Hands is a great organization to be able to do that. Again, they're looking to start up in Guanacaste. They're already over the Central Valley. But there are many great organizations in certain areas. But again, I mean, as we mentioned there, gentrification, I would say, is kind of widespread more, I would say, in some areas than the other. And I just think it's just, again, as I said, just important to integrate and to really give back here. And as she said there, it could just be an hour, go and teach some English and do something. It's so, I would say, lifting for the people that do it, but also lifting for oneself as well. So if you're ever bored or thinking about what to do, even if you've got kids, take them along. I think it's really important that kids see just how other kids are as well. And maybe some kids that are a little less unfortunate. But yeah, all of the contact details there for Lifting Hands are down there in the description down below. Remember, guys, if you're looking to do anything here in Costa Rica, invest, buy real estate, develop, project manage, we do a variety of different things. You can reach out to us, info@investingcostarica.com. That's info@investingcostarica.com, or in the contact details down below in the description. If you're enjoying the podcast, please subscribe. Please give us 5 stars. I love to read the reviews. If you just want to reach out and say hi, feel free to. Again, info@investingcostarica.com. Until the next podcast, we'll see you soon. Bye.
The #1 Costa Rica real estate and investment podcast, bringing you experts from all over Costa Rica.